Welcome everyone. Today is October 21st, 2025. It's Tuesday. We're up $33, and if you stay tuned till the end, I'll tell you about the graphic. Remember, don't risk any money you're not getting ready to lose, and please consult a financial professional before making any decisions about investment in the markets, especially day trading, which is dangerous. So today we're up $33, and you can see here our progress. We were down about $5, and then we staircased our way up to $33 little by little, being patient. For the month, we're down $118, and for the 3 months since August, we're down about uh, $47. We took 8 trades on one, two, three, four different stocks, and you see the last two were our biggest winners, where we ventured in with higher quantities. BOF was the start very early. You can see the clock there. It's 4:06 Pacific time. That's 4:06 Pacific time. So it'd be 7 on the Eastern Coast. And if you like the videos, like and subscribe. It costs absolutely nothing. It's free to hit the like button. And usually I don't like to take trades on a stock that has on a single bar like that. I waited for the second bar, and I thought it had potential, so I went ahead and took it and quickly jumped out. Went back in after it looked like it had a little bit more of a potential for the upside, but it was having a hard time, and I went in a little too late. I should have really not taken the trade. Um, the place to take this trade would have been at $3, but that would have been a guess. As you know, you can't be sure that it's going to go up another 20 cents or so. So we let it hang around a little bit, thinking that it might hit our line up there above 320. But you see here, I begin, I start getting ready to sell. I don't. I don't want to go away with the dollar. And what convinces me is you see those two big on the 5 minute there. There's two big red volume bars and then a big green one. So I'm saying, well, maybe volume will kick in. So we had opportunities to go away there with a winner, just a small, tiny win. But we wanted a little bit more. We thought maybe, but doesn't. So we went ahead and cut it. We're not into losing today. GSIT, and this is a continuation stock from yesterday, and it had been down, up, and it looked like it was going to stay down last night, but overnight it moved up a little bit, and early in the morning it moved. I looked at this at 15, and I thought, you know what? It's right at the VWAP. There's an opportunity there, and I didn't take it. I was too chicken. And because I thought what it was going to do is just move slightly and then fall below VWAP. But lo and behold, it's 4:20 a.m. now Pacific, 7:20 on the Eastern Coast, and it starts to move up. And it looked like it had strength, and there was quite a bit of volume there. So we opted to jump in just a tiny amount of shares, just 3 shares. Obviously, it had no catalyst, but it did hit 17, close to 18 yesterday. So we thought, why not? You know, this is one of those continuation stocks that maybe on the second day it goes up to 30 or 40. So let's take 3 shares. Um, this candle here begins to set doubt, but it quickly jumps up. And once it hits that 1744 there, I'm sort of like, hmm, Does it have more? So we continue to hold, and everything is looking good here. The MACDs are moving up. They're so moved up they're off the screen. Volume is looking good on the 5 minute, on the 133 tick chart. Time and sales, you see a lot of blue coming through. And it looks like it has another little push there. So we continue to hold it. If it wasn't so high of a price for the stock, it would have been, perfect place to uh, right below 17 and a half to take some additional shares and jump in. But we're happy with 3 shares. We're doing the same thing that we were doing yesterday, which is continuing uh, small little hits here and there, and then to get the good feel for the market this week, and then decide whether there is opportunity, and when the opportunity comes in, to jump in with a little bit more of shares and volume. So we weren't going to wait around for a stock that's $17, even on $3. If it falls $3, it's $3. And so we got off with $1.32. And sorry for the graphics. I was messing around with OBS and wiped out the profile, and it brought the resolution down. So I think I fix it later on, but by tomorrow we should be fixed. So it starts moving back up again, and we jump in, and this time we're a little bit more confident. So we increase our share size because we believe there's a little bit of a dollar maybe there. We're thinking that it might hit a dollar. If it hits a dollar in profit, with 10 shares, we can make $10. At 850, at 1850, we start getting nervous though, and we're just gonna get out. And it's a good thing we did because it does fall back, and I don't think it recovers. The graphic is related to this stock, the nerve of this stock. So this hit the scanners, and again, I don't like jumping in when something's like that big of a bar there on the 5 minute and 133 tick chart. It's just moving up, and it looked like it was going to go down. It was red a little bit. I didn't show that in the video. It's 5 a.m. and of course, a whole bunch of other stocks are coming in, but this one was holding, and we just went in with 10 shares. It's a $5 stock, just very quickly. And look at that little jump. Would have been nice to be higher, but we come away with $4.60. Back to GSIT. So uh, it's now 5:38 Pacific, 8:38 on the Eastern Coast, and it looked like it had momentum again. And you see what I was talking about from that trend reversal on the left. It comes down, falls below VWAP, and then you see that big red bar dump, and that's what I was afraid of earlier. That's what it was going to do, and I was waiting for it because I thought, well, after it dumps below VWAP, it's certainly going to pick up and then maybe go to the moon. But I don't think folks are ready yet to boost another stock. Yeah, you see how it fell there all the way down. But there was a good recovery. If you went in there at 1675 up to 1782, that's a dollar right there. With 10 shares at $10. And this was a long hold, which I mean a few minutes, because it was holding its own there where we bought in at 1773. At this point, we're like break even for the day. We've lost 480 on BOF, and we've made 487 on GSIT. So we're up like uh, a few cents. So the videos today, it's cut down way below 20 minutes. So hopefully everybody who watches it, hit the like button, share the video with other folks who might be interested in day trading, want to see what it's like. So our hold here is only 5 shares, and you can see there that it's not a whole lot of money, even though that big red bar there, we're under $2, losing under $2. And GSIT shows signs of life, like it wants to go. If the market were a little different, then it might be. But weird thing happening, and I'll comment on it here because the next trades are very quick. Um, the video, the graphic that I put up, um, what happened is I wasn't feeling it after this trade, and so I walked away from the computer and I went to the kitchen and I made breakfast. When I come back, there was a stock. The nerve of this stock, NEV, NERV, was hovering around 7 when I walked away. And I thought, oh, this might be a good buy, but I wasn't sure and I wasn't going to take any chances. And I walked away from my computer. When I come back, it's at $10 and it went up to 12. And so I missed it. So I was distracted. The whole day I was distracted. Um, I got up so early and I wanted to really adjust myself, my discipline on not taking foolish trades, and so I started doing other things like I needed to update the this mining crypto site that wants my ID, and I needed to update it so that they can transfer some Bitcoin to my wallet, and so I was doing that, and I was cooking breakfast, and I was looking for other things to do. I was on YouTube doing other stuff rather than paying attention because I just didn't feel there was anything warranted that was going to go really high. But that stock, NERV, goes out for $3 and I missed it. And that's just because I walked away. But that's okay. I'm happy with the day that turned out $33. So here we finally see the trend reversal and we say, you know what, we're going to get out. We only lose, a few cents, less than a buck. So no big deal. And here's NERV, the stock of the day probably. And here's something interesting that I followed this stock and I didn't put it in the video, but from where you see from its higher day there, current higher day at 7:50 at 5:47 a.m., the you see the MACDs, they're on a downward spiral. They're going down. Yet this stock was holding, and it was doing that before that. The MACDs were pointing down, and the stock was going up, which is something I hadn't seen, which maybe talks about its strength. So here we thought it had strength, and we try to get in, and we don't get filled. And I think this is where I had to buy on the ask because we weren't getting filled. And even though it looks like a double, quadruple top there, quintuple top, probably pentatop, we thought there was an opportunity for it to move up. With 100 shares, it's a high price stock. You know, it's using our capital, is our settled funds are being used up right away. And the screen is red there because the MACDs are still negative. The MACD has not turned positive yet. And yet the stock is moving up. I found that quite interesting. And we've got red volume there on the 5 minute, which is interesting. So we sold half just to get some, and then we sold everything else. It's a good thing too because it starts coming down. And from here on, it did this until later on after the open, and it goes up to 10. Go figure. But at this point, we were up about 15 bucks. Then VSEE. Uh, and we were watching this from the very beginning, uh, even in pre market, but it wasn't showing huge signs of life until now. You guys can see there it's 7:17 a.m. Pacific, so it's 10:17 on the East Coast. So it's way past the open, and it starts moving up beyond 75 cents. And so we start watching it. And here, I'm not, I haven't yet decided whether I want to go in. I set the quantity to 500, and then I see this big red bar. And then I think, well, you know what? If I go in, I'm going to use my templates, one of my templates. That way I get stopped out in case it has a huge drop. In between, I also added the advanced volume bars there to take a look at the volume, the sell, and the difference between the buy and sell volume. And it does help a little. I have tried it before and I just couldn't get accustomed to it. So it continues to fall, which I guess is a good thing because you can buy low. But I just, I just wasn't having it. To me, it had to be above 81, 82 cents for it to take it. And then thinking that it might hit 95, which is my next line up. And so we're going to go ahead and take a trade here. And you notice I'm still unsure. Our trend reversal says, hey, this stock is going to go down. But right here, hits 84. Now it's in the area where I'm looking and I'm really interested in for a few cents. But it's still having a hard time. I'm looking at the MACDs, and the MACDs looks like they're going to go up. I set the quantity to 1,000 because you need to do that with these stocks priced under a buck if you want to get a few cents out of it. And we're looking for that bar for either to fall low or for the next bar. And that's one thing I didn't want to see, that long tail wick and then a red bar. So I back off pressing the button. If you guys got all the way to here, I thank you very much for watching our videos, for hitting the like buttons. Have a great day. I hope all of you were green today. If not, tomorrow will be another day. So here we got a few seconds. We jump in. We are using our 2010 template. It starts moving up. And we just, you know what? Let's just cancel our template. Let it move up a little bit. And we're just going to flatten out. Have a wonderful day, everyone.